Oh, the last one sucked.
And that takes us off to our next topic. So thank you so much. We are getting a brand new Evil Dead film. They've called this a spin-off, which I don't really understand because wasn't the last one a
I was gonna
spin-off?
say, wasn't the last two a spin-off mainly? But yeah.
Yeah. So I've never heard of this guy. This guy's quite new. He's very, very new, but I think that's quite good. I think up and comers are good. I think it's good to give people a chance. Um, but yeah, like I think we will see more and more horror for sure. So what? Let's just have a look. Right, what's the deal? After signing rising filmmaker Sebastian Vanacek, CAA has helped him win a coveted assignment as the co-writer and director of a new spin-off of the Evil Dead franchise for Sam Raimi and Robert Tappert's Ghost House Pictures. Details as to the film's plot are under wraps. The Evil Dead is, of course, the horror comedy franchise, blah, 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 blah. We all know that. Look, the last one did, whether you liked or disliked the last one, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it was made on a budget of $15 million and it took nearly $150 million at the box office. So it made good money. It made good money, actually. But who is this guy? Vanacek made his feature directorial debut last year with Infested as a horror pick first introduced as part of the Critics' Week sidebar at the Film Festival. Watching as the residents of a rundown French apartment building battle against an army of deadly, rapidly reproducing spiders. I'd never even heard of him, but I don't hate this news, mainly because I think, hey, that's quite cool. I think it's quite cool to have more stuff. I think look, it doesn't really matter if it's bad. We've already got, we've got the Evil Dead, right? And I didn't hate the last one. I did not hate the last
I did.
Evil Dead film. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was absolutely incredible. I thought they did really good stuff with the sound design, quite frankly, and the score was pretty good. The rest of it, it was all right. Like I didn't hate it. Didn't think it was groundbreaking. Thought it was fine. What do you guys think though? And what do you think by the spin-off means? Because to me, that means something completely different. Because why would you call it a spin-off when the last one was a spin-off, technically?
I mean, I did not like the last one at all. In fact, I hated it. Utterly hated
Wow.
it. The reboot will thing from 10 years ago was okay, but they both suffered from the same problem.
Mm.
Neither one of them felt like an Evil Dead movie. Because Evil Dead has a unique flavor to it, okay? And that is horror, gruesome, mixed with a little bit of wacky Three Stooges elements. And it
Right.
has been that
Sure.
way since the first, not so much the first film, but the second, third films and beyond. That was what was lacking, in my opinion, in the reboot and the more recent sequel. In fact, this more recent sequel just to me just didn't feel anything like an Evil Dead movie at all. I hated the whole thing. I just disliked it from beginning to end. I wanted to
But
like it.
would you like another one though?
I don't see why. What are you spinning off here? Like you just said. I
Well,
mean,
that's
is
the
it
thing,
Evil
isn't it?
Dead Pets or what? I don't know what the hell can you spin off here. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the question, isn't it? Like, how are they defining what a spin-off is? Quite frankly, like, what does that even mean at this point? Because the last one, again, you said the last two were spin-offs. They were spin-offs. So where are you gonna, what is it? I don't understand that wording. Is that okay? All right. I will say I do like the fact that there's a new director coming up through the ranks, and horror is one of those easy bets for a new director. Why? Because it's cheap. It's cheap, and they near enough always make money. Horrors do pretty well in theaters, generally speaking. When they get good word of mouth, they will always make a profit. And so I think this is a good opportunity for a new director to make a name for himself. Would I like something new? Yes, absolutely. Do I hate the idea of them making another one of these? No, unashamedly so.
I
Go on, Kate.
Tom's right. when it comes to this. You try to align yourself with something, a better work, the works of better men. I keep saying when it comes to these things, you steal from better men, and that's all I see here is somebody trying to trade on someone else's hard work, name, property, development, IP, whatever you want to call it. And I'm sick and tired of that. I am sick and tired.
He's working for Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's employed him, so it's not him working off of his name.
Okay, so, but based on the last two things from Raimi, I would say that we've been getting discount Raimi. We haven't been getting actual Raimi. We got newly dyed in the wool woke Raimi. Because it hasn't been good. And this last movie, Tom, I think he outlined a problem.
It was more of a work for hire. And I mean, as far as the Sam Raimi himself, as far as the Evil Dead movie, am I going to say it was overtly woke? No,
that's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just saying that it's just he's changed his he's changed what is acceptable to him. At a certain point, I think your job becomes less about your passion when in these creative endeavors. At some point, especially with a lot of people that didn't actually create something outright. But I think when you get to the point where it's a paycheck because you just want to make money, increase your clout, your standing or whatever, you've abandoned the idea of what you set out to create in the first place. And I think Raimi's at that point in his career where that may be the overriding factor, which is why we got the last film, which you may have enjoyed. And yeah, there was some interesting sound stuff, but that wasn't Evil Dead. And I much like Tom, I like comedy with the comedic element to the
whole. Yeah, there wasn't any of that in there.
Yeah.
I just thought it was fun. I wouldn't say I'm like, oh, it was amazing. I wasn't enamored with it. It was just a bit of fun.
No,
I just felt like they were trying to be all relentless and stuff with the last two, and it's like, yeah, there is that, but you have to have that push and pull. That's what Evil Dead is all about, especially the second film, which is the one that everybody kind of holds up
Bruce
there.
Campbell, yeah, my God,
you can even do it without Bruce as long as you have the tone, right? Like you have to be able to go, okay, whipping me back and forth. You got to make me laugh along with tearing people's souls apart. You know what I mean? Like you got to have kind of a little bit of both. And even the first film had some moments of levity. That's the thing. Like,
well, and even if you go to the graphic novels, right? They have levity in them. It's like written into.
Well, in the series, probably nailed it the best.
Oh yeah, Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, I mean that got the balance perfect. And again, you don't need Ash necessarily. I would love to have Ash until the end of time, but anyway.
Sorry, guys. My back's hurting. So
your back's hurting. Yeah.
Just want to explain why I'm just a floating head. My back is a little bit painful. Anyway, so we'll shuffle on from this topic now, I think.